If you are looking for properties here in New Hampshire, either thinking of moving here or moving within the state, you're probably used to seeing what is for sale. But what has closed and what homes are people moving into right now? And is that helpful in deciding if you can afford to live in that town? Stay tuned. Today I am going over Concord and I will be sharing with you the 10 most recent closed sales as well as some interesting statistics. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Jenn Baer and I am a realtor and ballroom dance instructor here in New Hampshire. But most importantly, I am a lifelong resident. I grew up here in New Hampshire and I am now raising my family here. So I love sharing all of its pros and cons with you. And if that is something that you are interested in knowing more about, just hit that subscribe button down below. That way you'll get notified when I post a new video. Oh wait, that's the notification bell. That's how you'll get notified. Before we get started, I'm just going to go over 3 things with you. First, a disclaimer that none of these listings I'm showing you are mine. Second, I'm using just all the tools that are publicly facing but sometimes hard to find to generate these searches and come up with the most recent closings. And third, if there is a town that you would like me to do, please put that in the comments down below so that I can add it to my roster. Quick summary on Concord. It is our state capital. It is quite centrally located in New Hampshire in the southern portion of the state, and it is the 3rd largest town. I don't know why I keep laughing. In the past 10 days, there have been 12 closings, and I will start going over them ascending order from the least expensive to the most expensive, starting now. So first, there was nothing under $100,000 that sold. If it were to, it'd probably be a mobile home or a small condo. But the first 5 actually sales here I'm going to go over are all condos. So the first one was a 1-bed, 1-bath. It was 717 square feet, built in 1986, considered a garden style, sold for $125,000. Next, a little bit of a jump here with 2 bedrooms and 1 bath with 848 square feet, also built in 1986. This one is called a townhouse and it sold for $204,000. So townhouses, I did put condo there as a townhouse style, so they're more side by side versus a condo, which is kind of like an apartment building sometimes. I mean, there's some interchangeable terms here. And also the last one on this slide was a 2-bed, 2-bath, double square footage, 1,696, also built in 1986, townhouse, and it sold for $225,000. The next 2 are also condos under $300,000. This is 4 beds, 2 bath, 1,469 square feet. Also built in 1986. It was a huge building boom in Concord, I guess, in 1986. This is a Cape style, sold for $275,000. And the last condo before we get to some single family home sales was a 4-bed, 2-bath as well, 1,615 square feet. Also built in 1986, also a Cape style standalone home, sold for $282,000. So something to keep in mind with condos too, when you're trying to figure out if you can afford to live there, is that there is going to be a monthly fee as well. And it's usually between $200 to $400 that is also added on per month. So if you're thinking about how much of a mortgage you can afford, you're going to need to add that fee on top of it. And now it is the lowest priced single family home that sold. It was a Cape built in 1914, 1,392 square feet, sits on 0.22 acres, and it sold for $350,000. Next is a Colonial 5-bed, 3-bath, 2,378 square feet, built in 1900, 1.69 acres, and it sold for $382,000. The next 2 properties are the only 2 in the $400,000 price range. First is a Colonial that was 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,762 square feet, built in 1907, and sits on 0.98 acres, and it sold for $425,000. And then we have a raised ranch, 4-bed, 4-bath, 3,057 square feet. So we've gotten over the 3,000 square foot marker, and it was built in 1976 on 0.61 acres, and it sold for $486,000. And the final 3 properties that closed in the past 10 days in Concord do not go over the $600,000 price range. First, we have a Colonial that was 4 beds and 3 bath, 2,180 square feet, built in 2001, so a newer home on 0.37 acres, and it sold for $510,000. Next is a condo, so you can absolutely have expensive condos as well. This is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 3,028 square feet, built in 2006. It's a Cape. Most importantly, though, this one is in a 55 plus community, and it sold for $543,000. Last but not least is a contemporary ranch, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,856 square feet, brand new, built in 2021. Actually, it is to be built in October, so it's just been finished, sold for $575,000. Oh, and it says it's 5.19 acres. And here is a summary of all of those properties that sold. Out of all 12, there were 10 of them that were on the market for less than 10 days. Also, there were 2 that sold at list price, 1 that was below list price, which can happen if there were concessions after the inspection or issues with financing. And then there was 9, though, that went over asking price, and the average over ask was $16,000. There were no land sales. The most acreage was, the most expensive property was 5.19 acres, and the oldest house was built in 1900, and the newest was just finished being built this year. Well, I hope you found that helpful. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up so I can continue making these videos for you. And again, if there's a town that you are looking at and you'd like me to go over the most recent sales, please put that town in the comments below. If you'd also like to subscribe to my newsletter, in which I post this video with other information about the town I'm focusing on that week, there will be a link for that down below in the description as well. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Hustle on, my friends. I'll see you next time.